I made myself a little half coffee, but we did not have as much creamer as I was hoping we had. So it's not good. And I had to sleep on wet hair last night. So I feel like I look crazy. Hello, Friendsies. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my cabinet of curiosities with a Halloween countdown. There's more stuff at the bottom here. You can see a bit of it, but you can't really see it. We have a ghost and we have all of my potions. This is my little like witch station. So welcome to this. Also, the lighting and the audio are going to be a little bit weird because I decided to film in my living room. I've been home alone for 2 days. All my family has gone out and done various activities and I can't drive. So I'm home alone. I don't mind it. I'm not saying it in a bad way. So everything's like probably a little bit weird because I'm filming in my living room and the only light we have is from our window that's off to the side and a big lamp that's right behind the camera. Hi, hello, welcome. You know what's really funny about this video? This video was not supposed to be here. This is not the video that was going to go out today. I was actually going to be doing, ideally, another game playthrough, but literally between money, which it's funny because it was on sale, but still, between money and not having time to go through and edit like gameplay footage. And I lost power last night. The day that I'm filming this, I lost power last night, home alone. And I kind of live in the middle of nowhere now compared to where I used to live. And my neighbors that are like like we share like a wall of this apartment, my neighbors also weren't home. So I was completely home alone with technically 4 animals because my brother's rabbit, my cat, and 2 dogs that live next door. So this video wasn't even supposed to exist. But I canceled up the gameplay footage. I was like, I'm not going to be able to do that for this week. And okay, here's this random idea that I had, and then the power went out. So that's super funny because I'm talking about things that I'm afraid of. I'm also standing to film. Isn't that weird? This is weird. I don't know if I'm gonna like this video, but I feel like I look really cute today. I thought I fucked up the blush that I decided to do. My hair looks insane because I didn't get to blow dry it last night because I had no power. Anyway, welcome to this video. I'm gonna be talking about things I'm afraid of. And not like actual things that I'm afraid. Well, that sounds weird. Not like realistic things, like being home alone, kind of in the middle of nowhere with absolutely no power during like a bad storm. I feel like is like most people will be like, oh yeah, that's fucking spooky. I don't want to do that. I mean things that people call like irrational fears. To me, irrational fears and guilty pleasures kind of live in the same universe of like, why do we call them that? If you're afraid of it, I feel like it's pretty rational. I don't care if it's something most people aren't afraid of. If you're scared of it, that sounds pretty much like a rational fear. And like how I feel about guilty pleasures, it's like, why do you feel guilty for enjoying something that makes you happy? Unless it's hurting somebody. But that's besides the point. Hold on, I left frame. I left frame to get tissues. Hold on. This is another one of those videos where I'm like, this is the topic of the video, but then I just talk shit the whole time and it's just, you know. Depending on what the vibes are, I might film here again. I'm starting to like it. Anyway, so things that I'm like irrationally afraid of. My big one that my whole family makes fun of me for and like kind of antagonizes me about, which I really don't appreciate, and I've told them I don't appreciate it before. This isn't like a passive-aggressive call-out. I've told them before that I don't like it and they haven't done it in a long time. Honestly, the worst one about it was my dad, which is crazy because my dad was actually like a pretty decent human being. Anyway, is garden gnomes? I don't know what those fuckers are up to, but they're up to something and I don't like them. And honestly, I know this stems from playing The Sims 2 and having like a bunch of friends in like the forum online community. There was just something, I don't even remember exactly what happened, but I know in one of my Sims 2 games, there was something going on with garden gnomes and it was freaking me the fuck out. And I told my friend Casper about it and they were like, wait, no, that happened in my game too, because The Sims 2 was built off of like spit in a dream. That whole game is buggy as fuck, but it was something similar that was happening between our 2 games with garden gnomes, and I can't even remember what it was. It was some kind of horrible glitch, and I've been scared of them ever since. I don't know what to tell you. They're fucking scary. Fuck garden gnomes. Every time I see them out in the wild, I'm just like, and I keep going. Because I don't like them. I don't fuck with them. That's why I have Magic Man. Does anybody remember my Magic Man video? This is why I have Magic Man, because he will protect me. And like, I am sounding goofy, but like genuinely, they give me the heebie-jeebies and I hate them. I hate those bitches. You know what's another thing that I'm like irrationally afraid of, but I don't think it's that irrational, especially because like not to get like super nuanced and like serious, but especially with like the United States culture around like alcohol and like most people in their 20s. I'm about to be 30. So, I guess it doesn't really apply to me anymore, but like early 20s kind of club drinking culture and the whole thing about like in the United States, like the wine mom shirts and all this stuff, just like our attitude overall about drinking in this country. I have a very like big fear of like, because I want my like fancy drink when I go out is to get like a Shirley Temple. I've tried mocktails before, but I think the problem with a lot of mocktails is like they're made with juice and I don't really like juice. Anyway, I get Shirley Temples a lot. That's like my fancy girl drink. When I go out, I literally always have a fear that somebody's going to put alcohol in my Shirley Temple. I don't have a source for this one. I don't have like, I know why I have this fear. It's just a fear that I'm gonna go out with somebody one day and be like, or just like be out somewhere and at the restaurant and be like, oh yeah, I don't drink, I'll just get a Shirley Temple, and somebody's gonna like fill it with alcohol. And I won't notice because a lot of alcohols are like flavorless, right? Am I wrong? There's a specific type of alcohol that's flavorless. Anyway, I just know like that's something I'm like genuinely so scared of happening. Maybe because I'm a woman and I'm scared of like somebody spiking my drink, so maybe it's just as like that same vibe, but like instead of roofies, it's with alcohol. That scares me. I don't like that. And I think about that way too often, and it does genuinely bother me so much. And it hasn't happened yet. Knock on wood. This is real wood too. This is the good old days wood. This isn't like plastic wood varnish. It's real wood. Knock on wood. That's never happened to me. I pray it never does, but I'm so scared that it's going to. I'm trying to think now, what else could be considered irrational? Because I feel like all of my other things are just like that I'm thinking of, like, oh, this is what I'm afraid of, are because I have an anxiety disorder. And not necessarily irrational, but because there's a chemical imbalance in my brain. You know what I mean? Because everything else is like, I feel like this also isn't uncommon, whether or not you have an anxiety disorder. But like when my mom doesn't text me when she's not home and she's going on an adventure without me, if she doesn't like text me or call me and let me know that she's okay within like the allotted time she told me it's going to take her to get somewhere, I freak out and I'm like, she's dead, she's dying. She's in a car crash, she's dead somewhere. I don't think that's uncommon. I think most people are like that with their moms if they have like a relationship with their moms. Everything else that I can think of are like, I feel like, yeah, that's pretty rational to be worried about. And also, like, if you have anxiety, like, maybe not rational, but like, yeah, that makes sense. I can't think of anything else that I'm like irrationally afraid of. But again, I also don't think anything is irrational. I think it's like if it scares you enough and it makes you feel fear, that's pretty rational because your brain is scared and sending you like panic signals. I know, like I said last night when I lost power, I was scared of every little fucking sound. And the thing is, where we live now is like an old farmhouse. So there's a lot of sounds. And in the eaves, like between the walls, we know we have like mice and squirrels. We call them the Christmas mice because I can hear them rattling around all of the time. And I just gotta bang on the wall a little bit if they're getting a little too rowdy. But like, you know what I mean? There was way too much noise last night. All right, super short video. I'm gonna end it here though, because I feel like I'm just rambling. I'm not actually talking about what I was gonna talk about. But like I said, I can't think of anything else that I'm like afraid of. Oh, you know what? The shower curtain being closed when the whole house is empty and quiet and dark, that fucks me up. I get so nervous about that. Don't ask me why. We have cute shower curtains and it's very obvious when they've been moved or disturbed because anytime my cat is trying to hide and play in the tub, I know she's in there. It's obvious. But if the house is quiet and dark and nobody else is home and the shower curtain's closed and I haven't been in the bathroom in like 2 or 3 hours, that's the first thing I go to check. I like whip that shit open and I usually have like a weapon in my hand because it's like psycho. I get nervous. But I also don't think that's irrational. I think a lot of people do that. Alrighty, I'm gonna end this one here. I hope you enjoyed my cabinet of curiosities. Here it is again with my Halloween countdown. There's more stuff down here, but I couldn't lower the camera anymore because it just would have looked weird. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. And like, let me know in the comments if there's like something that you're afraid of that like really upsets you and bothers you, but people are like, why are you scared of that? Your irrational fear. Let me know in the comments. Because I feel like we could all talk. I think it would be like cathartic to be like, it's really fucked up that people make me feel bad for being scared of this. Like the garden gnomes thing. Like, I genuinely am scared of those fuckers. They bother me. Ooh. They bother me so much, and I don't like them, and I don't like when people make fun of me about it because, like, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Those fuckers are weird. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! I should have filmed yesterday before the power went out, because then I could film out here more than once without inconveniencing the family.